hope this is working. My name is Stacy and welcome to my fitness vlog that I have just started doing. You can follow me on Instagram at staceofbase_fit. So I had gotten a lot of messages from a lot of you wondering how I started my journey, what my motivation was, just where did it all start. And so I'm gonna kind of do this in like 3 videos because it does go back like 3 years and it's pretty intense. So I kind of want to give you guys a couple days to kind of learn more about me and who I am. So I actually really was into fitness when growing up as a kid. I loved dancing, I did cheer, any kind of sport. I tried basketball, I love swimming, I did gymnastics for a lot of years, and so I really was active. I was never big, like very big. I was just always pretty athletic built, and I had the athletic build. And so when I got to like high school, I wasn't as like skinny mini as my friends were. They were more of like a slimmer feel, and I was a little bit more stocky, like athletic wise. And so it was really kind of hard because dating wise, before anything, they got a lot of the guys that I was looking for, and I was more just kind of dating other people at school. And my church community is pretty big, and so the guys that I was into weren't really into my build. They like the skinny, the tall kind of girls. Anyway, so I got to college and I did go through a time where I lost a lot of weight, not very healthy. It just wasn't altogether healthy. It was pretty depressing. I think I got down to like 115 pounds. I wasn't strong, I was just very weak, and so and then I gained all the weight back about junior year of college. At that point I wasn't really I was still dancing, and the weight had gradually come on. I wasn't eating very well, the college menu of ramen and kind of anything that was around I munched on, but I was walking around campus a lot, and so it wasn't like I was just sitting all day. When I graduated, I don't think I was my heaviest, but I definitely saw a kind of a big difference, and here is a picture of me when I graduated. So yeah, so it was pretty hard. It was I didn't really think about it too much, honestly. I just kind of went on with my everyday life. I was excited to be done with school. I just wanted to start working, and I wanted to move out, and I was at BYU, Idaho, and so I was excited to move somewhere else, and I ended up moving to Utah for a job, and I got down here and I loved it. I loved the people that I was surrounded by. The community was really awesome. I wasn't completely in love with my job. It was a first job. I was doing a desk job, and so I wasn't moving at all. I was just sitting all day long. And I remember my roommate used to go to the gym a lot, and I was like, okay, and I didn't realize that I had gained so much weight. Like, I kind of just like I was in denial. Like, I was like, oh, I'm still like the same size I was when I was like a freshman in college, but no, I was so much bigger. And so I remember going to Cardio Cinema at our gym and loving it. It was really hard. I did elliptical, but I thought, oh, I can do this is fine. And then I remember the one day I weighed myself, and my best friend weighed herself as well. So I got on this scale and I looked, and it said 178. I was like, what? I freaked out. I didn't want to like say anything out loud so that she didn't hear me, but inside I was dying. And then she got on the scale and I kind of like looked over it and it said 154. And I was like, holy crap. I weigh so much more than you. And I thought we were like, we shared clothes. I thought we were about the same size. And that was kind of like my wake-up call, was just seeing my weight. And then like looking through my pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is not okay. I'm not healthy. I'm not living the life that I want to live. And so I decided to take action and to suck it up and just start eating healthy and going to the gym. And so the gym was constant. I'd go to Cardio Cinema. I'd do elliptical for about 45 minutes. I wouldn't do any weights or anything. I just strictly did cardio. And I started eating a little bit better. I substituted a lot of things. And it was kind of a gradual process. And yeah, I did lose maybe like 7 pounds in like 2 months. And so it was really cool to see that, but I wanted more. Like I just felt like I could do more. And so I started running. Instead of doing the elliptical, I started running more. I worked on my time, I worked on my speed, and I would just be so excited whenever I'd like start running at like 5.4 like speed. I was like ecstatic just from that. And so so my sister is actually a Shakeology coach, and she loves her Shakeology. She loves all of her workouts, and so I thought, okay, I really am into working out. Let me turn to her for some support. And so I learned more about Shakeology, and I finally signed up as a coach. And I think that they are awesome. I think what they do, what they believe in, is really great, but it just wasn't for me. I did like the at-home workouts. They were really good. They were really difficult for me when I first started. It was hard for me to drink the shake just because I didn't like it. And I am a person who, if I don't enjoy something, it's nothing. I can't see it as a lifestyle. I need to enjoy it so that I know that I can continue doing it for the rest of my life. And so I didn't enjoy the shakes. I didn't enjoy how I felt with the measuring and everything. And I just was like in this place where I was so depressed. My hormones were all over the place. There was one week where I would just sit in my bed and cry and like be angry at everyone for no reason. And I was scared that I was like pushing people away, and it was a really dark time. And so I decided, you know what, let's sign up for another gym, or the same gym, but I'm going to start going to these classes because I'm really social. And so when there's people around me, I feel like, oh, this is fun. I can get to know them. We're all doing it as a team. And so ended up going to the same gym, just where they had classes. And I remember going into a class, and it was Insanity, and I went in, and the teacher was like, come on, like, you guys, you got here, you might as well just stay. And so I did it for like 15 minutes, and I literally about died. I was out of breath. I could not walk. And I like left, and my roommates and I was like, I can't do this. And I felt like they had more endurance than I did, and I was pretty embarrassed. It was just not a good time. And so I did love it. Like, I did love the feeling of like, holy crap, she's kicking my butt. So I'm gonna go back. So I started doing something called Power Pump, and the same teacher taught that same class. Her name's Kristen, by the way. And I went to Power Pump and loved it. I started off in the closet, like literally I would wait for everyone to get their stuff, and then I'd set my stuff up in the back, and I didn't use any weights. I was just me, hunky-dory me, in the back in the closet trying to keep up with the whole class. And I was there every day. I went to different classes with different teachers who I learned to love, but I was in the closet. And I know that sounds funny, right? And so then after like 6 months, I was able to move forward a little bit. It took some time, but I finally started moving forward. And around that time, I do remember So all of this happened about July 2014, and that's kind of where I started to take my journey more seriously. I remember going to St. George with some of my friends, and I do love my friends. I do think that sometimes people say things that they don't mean, and I don't like to think about it, but this was such a big part of my weight loss journey that I feel like it was my Kickstarter. And I was at the pool, and I was with my friend who at the time she was pregnant, and this 14 or 13-year-old came over, and she had like these awesome abs. She looked like she was an athlete. And my friend looked at me and said, "Wow, I wish I looked like that." And I was like, "Oh, me too, haha, she's 14. And then my friend said, "Well, you can do something about it." And for some reason, that just like cut me in the heart. Like I was so, and I had sunglasses on, and my tears were just streaming down my face. I was so sad. And I just felt like, wow, like I'm trying so hard, and I felt like I looked better than I did before, and no one noticed it. And so I think that was kind of like my breaking point. I was just kind of sick of all of the negative feelings that I was kind of surrounding myself with, and so I was really thinking about that. I remember coming home and writing in my journal and just thinking of ways that I could keep myself motivated without feeling like I was gonna give up when someone said something rude to me. And so, let's see, so from there, I just decided to keep working. At that time, I got a new job, and it was at a company called Unicity. It was at a company called Unicity International. It's here in Orem, Utah, and I felt like it was a whole new start for me because it was doing something I loved, which was graphic design, and I just felt like this is it. This is my new life. Like, I want to start a new job, start a new, start like this new month. And I started that job in November of 2015, I believe. And so it was kind of like, new year, new me. I'm going to really work on myself and shape myself to be the person that I want to be. And so I really made great friends. I really loved the environment. And there they have this program called Transformation. And it was honestly the best thing that I could have done. And I believe that I was supposed to be there. I was there at the right time for the right reasons. And it was just incredible. And so I will talk more about transformation in my next video. But I did want you guys to kind of get a heads up on how I started my weight loss journey and kind of some things that happened along the way. And so tune in next time for my next video. It should be up probably tomorrow. I'll probably just make a new video tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for stopping by.